What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Okay, today I am coming to y'all with my worst books of 2021. You know, I be really into the booktube community type thing, so I'm making a lot more of my videos about books business. Really, all I do is read. All I did this year was read. And before I get into the worst books I DNF, books I gave less than 3 stars, first I'm going into my stats for 2021. So for my 2021 stats, I read a total of 143 books so far. I have read 45,094 pages. That's a lot. The shortest book I read was 67 pages. The longest book I read was 688 pages. My average amount of pages was 315, and my average rating on books was 4.1. So as you can tell, I actually did good reading wise. Like, I actually read a lot of books. I gave a lot of high ratings. I did not give a lot of low ratings at all. We're gonna go into all my high ratings in another video. This video, we're just gonna talk about all the books that I just could not finish, gave really low ratings. Like, I finished it, but I hated it, stuff like that. And even before I get into those, again, I'm going to 3 books that I will be just giving away because I just genuinely don't want them. First we have Left Behind, which I don't think I finished. I read this. Yeah, I didn't even read this. I just got it at the store and it looked good to read, so I bought it. But yeah, I'm going with Left Behind. I'm going with Finding Audrey, because I just did not like the writing style on this. I did give it a pretty nice rating, but I was not reading more of her books. I actually deleted all her books out of my TBR on Goodreads. I'm just not a fan of her writing, so I'm giving that away. And I will give The Kind Worth $10 away. Now, don't get me wrong, this was a pretty okay book. It was not deserving of DNF or something I gave less than 3 stars. I actually gave it 3 stars. Same with Finding Audrey, I gave this 3 stars. But something about it just was not rubbing me the right way. So basically, the man, he met this woman, told her that he wanted to kill his wife, and ended up, yeah. Anyways, I did not vibe with it that hard. So I'm going to be giving it away, selling it to the thrift store or to a bookstore, or wherever I feel like going to. I'm going to do some research first because I've never did this before. So yeah. So now I'm going to get into the books that I did either DNF or gave less than 3 stars. Okay, so let's get into the videos that I DNF. I have 10 books that I'm going to be talking about. So first we have Summerlin by Ellen Hinder something. As soon as I started reading this, I did not like her writing style. I could not get into this at all. I read this like in May-ish, like April, May. It wasn't for me. I could not get into her writing. It just wasn't good to me. Someone else bought me this book actually, so I kind of feel bad. But that book was not for me. I don't like her writing style, and I heard so many good things about her other books, and I know so many people that actually like her. It's not for me. I would not be reading any of her books. Next, I have The Weird Sisters by Eleanor Brown. It was just, this book had too many references to like the Renaissance. They was talking, and like the way they talked to each other was like how people talked in plays. Did not like it. So no. Then I have Leaving Isn't the Hardest Thing. I don't actually have the physical copy of this book anymore. I don't know what happened to it. Don't ask me, I can't find it. But yeah, not a fan of that book either. So I couldn't tell you nothing about that because I don't remember. I don't even think I finished it. And then I have Playing with Boys. I almost made it to the end of this. I was forcing myself to read this book. It's about these, like, it was like 3 different point of views of 3 women that were trying to navigate their life through like becoming someone, getting through divorce, not having kids. It was a lot of different situations going on between three women. Was not feeling it at all. So that's another one. Then you have Can You Keep a Secret by Sophia Kinsella. Again, don't like her writing style, just wasn't feeling her books. And then you have Good Company by Cynthia Sweetney. This is actually a really good copy of a book. So it's hardcover, really nice, smooth, mint condition. I have nothing to say about that book. Just like this one, I really just didn't like it. Just really wasn't a fan. And then I have Since We Last Spoke by Brenda Ruffner. It was about these two kids that they lived next door to each other, and it was really close. They finally talked about their feelings with each other, and then when they did that, the girl's sister got into a bad car accident or something, and then the boy's brother killed himself, or maybe the other way around, something like that. I'm pretty sure the boy got in a bad accident and the girl was at fault, so she killed herself. Yeah, that's what happened. It was too slow. It wasn't any drama or like filled with anything exciting. It was just a really boring book. So boring. So yeah, definitely getting rid of that. I'm trying to get through the books that I know a lot of people didn't talk about this year, before I get into the books that people actually talked about. So next I have Forbidden. Y'all, let's just talk about this one, okay? Forbidden is about this brother and sister who have to take care of their siblings. And taking care of their siblings meant that they was always at home with each other. They didn't have a dad. I think they had two younger siblings. I think it was a little girl. The boy was the oldest. Then it was the girl. Then it was another teenage boy. He was like 14, maybe 13, 14. And then there was the younger sister. The young sister, cute little girl, young and naive. The brother, however, was very into trouble, and a lot of trouble. He didn't get along with his older brother at all. Both the brother and the sister both did everything they could. They woke the kids up, drove the kids to school, drove each other to school, made sure everybody stayed on top of their homework. Like, they were the parents in their household, and because they had such a parental role in their household, they felt like they were parents, like legit, like thought they was married. So it caused them to have a little situationship. And I know a lot of people have a lot of jokes about people in Alabama encouraging to incest. That's not me. No, never would I ever. I do not like reading about it, clearly, because this book was not it. Stepbrothers, stepsisters, I can read about that. Those books are genuinely good, knowing that they're not blood related. But they had the same mom and daddy. That was just disgusting, and I could not. I forced myself to finish this because I was like, I just want to see what happens. So I skipped like maybe this much of the book. I skipped and went to the last chapter just to see what happens. So more of the story. Yes, this kind of a spoiler, I'm sorry, but I just need y'all to know the reason why I just had to leave this alone. But more of the story, they got together, they hooked up, kinda. Like, I can't remember if they actually had sex or not. I do not remember, but I do know they both decided to skip school together. So they both skipped school. They got caught by their mom, who wasn't even in prison. She always was out of a rich man. Got caught. She called the police. Actually, the little brother called the police because he was pissed off. The mother found out. Police took him to jail, and he killed himself in jail, and they had to suffer through that. Sister was distraught because she actually did love him, but it's just weird. I don't care what anybody says. That's weird. So let's move on. Next we have If She Waits. I did not do enough of this book. I actually gave this book 3 stars only because it's supposed to be a mystery thriller type book. It wasn't giving me that. It was giving me boring. It was very, very boring. It's about these criminals who like stage something to get somebody killed, and the girl got caught in the middle of it because she didn't follow directions or something, and she ended up going into a coma, never waking up. And they was trying to get all the secrets out of her because if she woke up, she could identify people and tell, and it was just really freaking boring. It took me so long. I started skimming it. Like I was like here, and I was skimming through the rest of the book because I was like, why is this so boring? I was waiting on something to happen, something to entice me to get me into the story so I can appreciate it and like it more, and that wasn't happening. It just wasn't a good book at all. Like it was nothing about it that made me like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? Because you pretty much knew like she was gonna wake up, they're gonna try to get her, but if she had people around her that made sure they didn't get her. So it was just not it. So Michael Quarta, I would not be picking up any more of his books. I thought I wanted to read him. I heard some good things about. People freaking love this book. People talk so much good things about his books. They love his writing. They love him. I'm not a fan. Wilder Girls by Rory Power. If you watch my November wrap up, if you watch my November wrap up, you heard me talk about this. Wilder Girls is an understatement. Okay. This is about these girls who go to an all-girls school, private school off in the mountains somewhere, and they all catch this like disease type thing where like they have limbs coming off, they grow extra bones, grow like fingers and toes, and like turn into monsters, and then eventually they eat each other, they eat their self up enough to die, and they just throw them out of the wild. And the government like kind of came and helped them, but like the government ended up giving up because the government couldn't figure out what was going on and why they was going through the things they were going through, why they was doing the things they were doing. So Water Girls was indeed wild. Like I said, I did finish this book. I just gave it like 2 stars, or maybe 1 star, because it was so weird. I didn't understand it. I thought it was gonna be a different type of ending. It was lesbian, but it was not focused around that until like the last, like a 75% in. That's when they like focused on that. But before that, it was not focused on that at all. It was just weird. I could not get jiggy with it. It was weird. Didn't like it. Anyways, last but not least, this one is controversial, okay? Now that y'all already see it, you probably know what book this is. This book is very controversial. But anxious people, I did not like this book. It was so slow. It was so boring. The writing style was so weird. The different point of views was so weird. The whole interview process, the interrogations, they try to figure out where the burglar went the whole time. The burglar was like in the house. The policeman's dad being there and not understanding his son, and trying to make that a part of the plot line. It was just too many plot lines, too many people, too much going on, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I would not be picking up anything else by him, probably. I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't know why people did like it. I don't know why people that I actually like enjoy it and follow their reading opinions like that, because I just didn't. But I do have people that I watch who also didn't like it, so they made me feel better about myself. Like I said, this is a very controversial book because I see a lot of mixed opinions about this, but the people that like it love it, and the people that didn't like it hate it. It's not good. I don't know what else to say besides the fact that this book was just not good. I could not enjoy it. It was nothing about it that made me want to jump for joy and finish reading it. It sucked. So, yeah. Okay, y'all. So that is the end of this video. That is my most disappointing, worst books of 2021. Some of these books I was very excited to read. Like If She Wakes, I was excited to read. And Just People, I was excited to read. Actually, I think those are the only two books out of those that I actually was excited to read. Why the Girl seemed interesting enough, and I was ready to read it, but it just wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. So that was that. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and comment down below if you read any of these books. I really like more book community people on my channel. That's not the only content I make. I do vlog, I do mukbangs, I can do some get ready me makeup, hair content too, baby. I do it all. Clothing content, I do it all. But yeah, if you read any of these books, enjoy any books, let me know. Comment down below and tell me why. Because I'm really curious to know why people actually enjoy these books. Like I said, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't the books that I wanted to keep. So I will be giving these away. I own over 160 books, so I can afford to give away 13 books. Because this next year, I'm probably gonna be up to like 400 books after next year in my collection. So yeah, if there's books I don't enjoy, don't want anymore, letting them go, okay? And I waited too long to go, because a lot of these books I did read before July. No lie. For the most part, most of these books I read before July. And I'm still reading a couple more books through the end of this year. You know, today is the 26th, so it is 5 more days left in this year. So definitely some books that I'll probably still be reading, but I don't think it's any more books that I will be giving away. So that's why I went ahead and filmed this video. But I will be doing a book about this series I read this month, and all my 5-star reads I read this year. And I'll be doing my end of year wrap up to end this year. So I do have 3 more bookish content videos coming to you. So like I said, if you did enjoy this one, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Subscribe, because I'm coming to you with all the content, okay? I have all the content. Something for everyone to enjoy. So if you did like this, please like, please comment, please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.